Hey everyone, today let's learn about SFX Archives. So what exactly are these SFX Archives? So we use .rar, .zip, .7z. We use various extension archives. So these SFX archives are something more special. So you can say this has an archiving part and an executable part. So SFX archives basically have a file association of an exe. So if you see here, what we have here is an SFX archive. So when you go to it and properties, you see here, this is a .exe, right? So now let's learn about how this can be exploited to run malicious scripts or execute malicious files on your machines. So now let's learn to create an SFX archive. So I'll begin with this file. So it is like you add it to an SFX archive, just execute some automated scripts. So let's take this file as of now. So this is some batch file. So let me paste it here. Yeah. So now let me add this to this SFX archive. So I gave add to archive, if you notice. So here you have the archiving format. It can be rar or rar5 or zip. That you can go up to your choice. And here we have an option for create SFX archive. So this is for that executable part. So basically these SFX archives are executables which do not need any supporting software to run on a Windows platform. On a Linux they need an archive manager or some software that supports opening these kind of archives. So the thing is, in Windows you don't need softwares like WinRAR or 7zip to execute this. But for creating it, you might use some software like this. So here, after I give create SFX archive, I need to go to this advanced tab and I have SFX options. But if you notice, if I uncheck this option won't be enabled, obviously. So I give create SFX archive and I go to the advanced and I go to the SFX options, and here I find various tabs. So what are these tabs? So this gives a path to extract. Either you can choose which path to extract. There is some predefined path like create and program files, and you can either give an absolute path. So that's all up to your choice. And here by default, if you don't mention anything, by default it extracts the files, the contents of this archive, the same path where this archive is located. So now let's go to the setup option, and here we have two columns. If you see, one says run after extraction and one says run before extraction. So what are these? So these scripts actually executes before and after the extraction. So once you double click on this archive, so it runs the before script first and then the after script. So now let's get some sample before and after scripts. So the file I'm adding to this is modify host file.bat, which I'll explain soon. So that I'll put an after execution. So that means I'll be running this file from that path. So before execution, this file does not exist in that path. So after execution, it does. So I'm placing this code here in the after execution. So in the before execution, let's put something funny. Like I'll lock the workstation. So I'll put this here. So if you notice this, if you want to analyze this command, let me explain. So this is actually you're running the cmd.exe or command prompt, and this /c is actually giving you the command parameter. So this whatever you give inside this double quotes is your command, is the command that you will be actually executing in the command prompt. So here we have this code which locks your workstation. So I'm pasting that code here. And then if you go into modes, it says display all, hide start dialog, and hide all. So the thing is, when SFX Archives, after an SFX Archive is created, it shows a dialog box. When you double click on it, it goes on like an installation wizard. If you want to avoid it, you can simply do the hide all. Okay. you can either start, either hide only the start dialog, or any application that spawns, you can hide them all. So this, I prefer hide all. Okay, so let's do one thing. So let's go here. Yeah, these are some other options. You see, you can files to delete in the destination folder. If you know the destination folder well, you can code this. You can mention the file names to execute in the, to delete in the extractor folder. So that is all up to your choice. And again, update. It says if there is an already existing files and these things, you can give according to your wish. You say is extract and replace files, extract and update files, fresh existing files only. And you can either prompt the user, you can overwrite all files or skip existing files. These are some options. So I prefer this option. So text and icon, this some Pazzo part of this. These are some Pazzo properties. So let's go to the active part. So as I said, I'll be executing the batch file after extraction, and before extraction I'll be locking the workstation. So the reason why I do this, if I want to execute something malicious and the user shouldn't get suspicious about it, I'll simply lock the workstation. He would know what happened, and by the time he unlocks that, after extraction code would have executed already. So you can run any kind of code here. So possibly like you see, I extract some files from this archive. I know this archive, so I'll know what kind of files will be extracted in the destination location. Maybe I can paste a command prompt command here to delete those files or move those extracted files into some place which the user can't easily identify, so that I can execute it secretly from there. The thing is, yeah, I give OK now. Then let me say OK again. Yeah, SFX Archive is creating it, so that you can find in the desktop. Okay, so let me show you what is there in this bash file, so it will be easy to understand. This is actually, I am editing the host file. This is like I'm doing a domain spoofing, I can say. So I am pointing the mail.google.com domain to some other IP. So the thing is, if a hacker manages to do this, he'll point it to some IP where he fakes the website or this domain, and makes you visit that domain, the clone site that he has on his side. So this is one of the functionalities. It's not only about modifying host file. You can run any scripts. You can modify system files, and this part of the code is actually when you try to modify the host file, you need to run the notepad as administrator and do all those stuffs. Otherwise, if you simply try to write to a host file in the command prompt, it says access denied. To avoid that access denied point, you have this code. So I'm not going to go detailed into this code. So I'm just going to give an overview on this. So maybe you can exploit it using your own code. No, let me not save it. Let it be on the way. So now I execute this file. Let me execute this file and see what happens. And before I execute it, let me show you what is there in the host file. So then you will know what I'm modifying. So do you find this? You find everywhere there is a hash. That means everything is commented. So now, before executing the archive, this is the state of the host file. And let me show you after I execute the archive. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's open the notepad again. If you see now, it has inserted this record. So when I try to access Gmail from my end, it will redirect me to this IP address, which I'm not going to do now. So this is how hackers usually execute malicious script through SFX archives. So you can to avoid this. Actually, I recommend you having a archiving software always. So which I go with WinRAR or 7.0 or anything. So let's say I won't execute this. Okay, you can, if you want to see what is there in the script, I suggest you to view the script. Go to its properties, and you will find something in comment. Do you see that? If you see here, actually I have written there. This is pre-setup. That is before extraction, whatever executes, and this shows after extraction code. So you can learn something about this archive from this properties, whether to execute it or not. So these are stuffs I recommend users to do, because people they blindly extract these archives, double clicking on it. So which will also run that before execution and after execution scripts. For instance, they upload some game file as a SFX archive. They might deceive you it's just meant only for a what? This archive contains only genuine files, but actually in the backend the script is running and modifying your system files. So to avoid it, you can just go and extract. You can give an extract option. If you are using WinRAR or anything, you'll have an extract option. So I'll say extract it to this folder. Let us say modify host file. Yeah. Now I extracted this, right? Now it doesn't run any command prompt, or it doesn't lock my system. Do you see that? So that's how you actually be careful about this SFX archive. So this is how you can exploit it too. I would suggest you not to. This is truly for educational purposes I made this video. Thank you for watching this. I'll come up with more videos soon. Thank you.